Welcome in. You are listening to Just an Average Podcast with your hosts, Jake and Casey. Well, Casey, I'd like to start this podcast off by congratulating you on your first draft win. You won the vacation destination draft.
Oh, did I?
You did. You got 3 votes. So I had 0. I mean, so it wasn't by a really a wide margin, but yes, you did win. I think it was Courtney, your mom, and Kimmy voted for you. I'm like, seriously? Yeah. And then I don't know if you've seen some of the comments about Asheville. Now apparently it's just like a tourist destination, and like there was someone that was actually from Asheville, North Carolina, and they're like, yeah, it was a really nice place, and now it's just a tourist destination and not that great anymore. So I'm like, bummer. I actually did want to travel there, so that is a kind of a bummer. But today's podcast, we've actually got 24 hours too. So we got some 24-hour scenarios to go through, and then at the end, we actually have our Elite 8. The Elite 8 is finalized for the Jim Carrey brackets. We will touch on that at the very end. But 24 hours. There's a lot of things that you can do in 24 hours, a lot of things you can't do in 24 hours. Have you had time to look at the outline that I sent out to you? Or did you just kind of glance at it? You just glanced at it. I knew you did. You always do this.
I just glanced at it.
Yeah, well. Before we hop into that, though, anything new going on? I mean, it's been kind of rainy here the past few days. I know we got golf in there on Thursday. Have you golfed? Did you golf again after we golfed there Thursday?
Yeah, I golfed yesterday and today.
Wow, where'd you go?
And we golfed on Friday, not Thursday.
It was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday.
Yeah. Golfed in the golf outing at Weematuck. We won.
You won?
Yeah. Hold on.
What? Would you get like a medal? It's like a medal. Just left. He doesn't come back for. Oh, he's back.
Ready for your mind to be blown?
Yeah. What do we got?
3, 2, 1.
That's just the tiniest trophy. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's
it was for the kids,
awesome.
man. It's a St. Jude.
Oh,
St. Jude
nice.
golf outing.
2nd annual, first place. That's awesome. It's a nice little. I mean, you could use that as a shot glass there, I guess, on top.
There's a hole in it. We tried to.
Ah, dang.
There's a hole in the middle of it.
So who was Yep, yeah, there is. Who was on your team for that one?
You wouldn't know any of them. But it was a couple of dads of girls that I coach.
Oh, nice. Gotcha.
And then some other guy that they went to school with. Yeah, we shot 12 under. We could have played a lot. I mean, we could have played a lot better. We missed like 3 or 4 birdie putts.
Yeah.
We're actually going to hole 1. When we went to hole 1, the team that was one of the teams that was tied with us asked us how we were doing. And we said, well, we're 12 under right now with 1 hole left. And we had to move up. I had to move up so I could go up to the Reds. And we had a mulligan. And we were on hole 1 and we needed a birdie to win it, to shoot 13 under.
Yeah.
And I went up. Well, we had a guy hit a pretty good drive. And then I went up and hit it about 15, 20 yards further than him. About the same side of the fairway.
With your 4 iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were honestly like 80 yards out. Okay. So that team hops in a golf cart and goes right behind us and is watching us.
Yeah.
And, we've had a couple of drinks, like we've had, I don't know, we probably took like 4 shots, like the cart girls, like we did like 4 shots, like the whole round. And then we shotgunned a beer and we're feeling pretty good. By the end of it, we were feeling pretty good. We're like, okay, well, it got to the point where like, okay, we got to really focus up here because we could potentially win this, because we were like, I don't know, we started, I think we shot like a 29 on the back 9.
Oh, wow.
We shot 8 under on the back.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And so we get up to my ball. There's like 80 yards left. First guy duffs it. Second guy duffs it. Great. Third guy barely gets it on the green. Like we get it on the green, so we're solidified a par. Okay, so we're solidified a tie. And I duffed the chip.
Oh, yeah.
I duff it. Now I don't duff chips very often anymore, and I duffed that chip. And then we went up there and had like a 50-footer to win it, and we had a mulligan, and probably should have maybe tried to use the maybe thought should have just used the mulligan for another chip again, but we didn't, and then we ended up tying, and then we ended up winning on a scorecard playoff.
Oh, nice. So hey, I mean, it all worked out regardless. Yeah. So, oh man, yeah. Yeah, we had the Luca's birthday, celebrated his birthday party yesterday. So it poured the whole entire time. So we were all just kind of hanging out in the garage. So that was still fun, you know, celebrating him.
Mason was talking about how, Casey just, has his 4-iron and just hits it further than Zeb and I both.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just like, this is insane. But whatever, I guess. It was still fun. I mean, except for
I don't think that you guys
last 2 holes.
I don't think I don't think that you really golfed that bad.
Like I should have stopped after 9. Me and Zeb were tied after 9. I should have stopped. And then, like I said, he shot an 88 and I shot a 102. So that tells you how bad
he shot a very quiet. He shot a very quiet 88.
I think he did better on the back 9.
He shot
was doing really well.
He shot like a 40 on the back 9.
It was good. It was really good. But yeah, he would have. No.
What did he shoot, like a 46 on the front?
He would have had to shot a 38 on the back 9.
I think he did. I think he shot because I shot pretty good on the back.
Yeah, so
I think I went like 40 and 40 or something like that, or 40 and or like I don't know what I did. Let's see let's see what Zeb had here.
Check the stats. Hold us all accountable here. Watch Zeb miss to put
he shot a 46 on the front and a 42 on the back.
Oh, okay, and I shot a 50 on the front. I think I shot a 50. No, so maybe we weren't tied. I thought me and him were tied on the front. Maybe we weren't.
No, you guys are pretty close to being tied. Let me see here. You were 46 on the front, the same as him, and then you went 56 on the back.
Not ideal.
And I went 41-39.
Wait, that math ain't mathin', is it? Oh yeah, it is 102. Yep, that's what it is. That's terrible. Gosh. Oh well, I'm getting lessons this week, so
are you really?
It's gonna be. I'm gonna try to get lessons. Which is the Blake Denny or something.
You're
really
gonna try?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so are you doing that? Are you doing that $50 assessment? Is that what you're doing?
Yep. Kind of go there and see.
He'll try and stretch you out and stuff. You're gonna do a lot of calisthenic stuff.
Well, great, good. I usually work. I'll be nice and stretched out anyway. I got back day tomorrow, so. Hopefully I'm ready to go. I think we're about ready to hop into the first segment here. I know you said you didn't do any research on this. If you had 24 hours to spend $1 million, it's a lot harder than what it actually sounds. So how I did this is basically I just made a list of how I would do it. And if you want, we can go back and forth on our list. Or I can just say my whole list and then you can go through your whole list. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to pull mine up here. We can go back and forth. I've got like 12 bullet points because I did not know. You know how hard it is? Like, cause I'm like, oh, I'll just, I'll buy real estate. Nope, can't do that in 24 hours. Like, you still got to do all the paperwork and everything like that. So, can't do that. But, I can actually start if you want me to start here. I actually have my list. So, you want to go through the whole entire thing? Because I can go through the whole entire thing.
You do. Hey, I tell you what. You tell me how you spend $20 million in 24 hours, and I will tell you how I will do mine. Off the top of my head.
You tell me the same exact thing. Well, this is how I'm spending.
You probably have it down to like the last penny too.
No, I don't actually. So I do have my totals in here. So spending $1 million, I was like, oh, this will be easy. I'll buy like 3 things and I won't have any money left. Not the case. So I'll go ahead and go through these, and I actually got a little bit of, there's some rhyme and reason to this. So I went kind of into depth, not too bad here, but my first one was pay off all my debt. So that means like pay off my house, pay off the vehicles, pay off, whatever else debt. That roughly adds up to $200,000. So there's $200,000, boom. All right. I've already used right off the bat. And I think by doing this, I made sure I could actually do these things within a 24-hour time period. So if I had 24 hours, is this possible? And yes, these are from what I looked up. Buy a new vehicle, $60,000 on a Chevy Colorado, 2025 Chevy Colorado. Those run right around $60,000. You're going to get one of those. This is where things start to get a little interesting. I'm going to buy materials to renovate my kitchen. Okay. So I want to renovate my kitchen. I realize, I can't just buy all this stuff and then snap of the fingers, it's going to be done. You got to pay for labor and stuff. We're going to get there. So when I say materials, I'm talking like new cabinets, new appliances, new paint, new floor, the works. And I figured, let's go a high end kitchen renovation here. We're gonna put in for materials, just materials, not the labor. We're gonna go $40,000. I don't have a huge kitchen, so I don't think it's gonna cost more than that. But high end kitchens, once you get all the labor and stuff in there, right around $100,000. Now we're gonna go buy materials to renovate the bathroom.
Okay, so you're buying the material. So you're buying materials to do all this stuff, but you don't get but you don't get that money. So you're buying the materials, and then you're going to have to spend your own money after the 24 hours, right?
I'm getting there. I've thought this out a little bit. And yeah, so after 24 hours, that money you don't spend, it goes away. So we're gonna pretend like this is like magic money. You have this money. If you don't spend it, boom, it's gone. All right. Can't give it away. What are the rules? You can't save it. No giving it away. You can't spend it. And you can kind of fight me on a couple of these here towards the end, because if you feel like that's cheating, I completely understand. All right, so now we got the materials to renovate the bathroom. So all these materials renovate the bathroom, got $15,000 in that. 2 small bathrooms, not a lot there. I don't think it's going to cost too much for that. Here's where we're going to get a lot. I'm going to buy materials to make a golf simulator, new golf set, and golf lessons. I'm spending $115,000 on that. So buying all the materials to do that. I'm going to buy a new golf set. We're going to say we're going to go all out $2,000, and then maybe golf lessons. If I can get golf lessons for a year, I'll go to someone. Hey, here's $1,000. Here's $2,000 golf lessons for a year. I think that'd be great. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, you're buying all this material, Jacob. Where are you storing all of this material that you're buying? Where are you keeping all this stuff? Great question. I'm gonna rent a storage unit for as long as I can. $2,000, whatever, renting a storage unit. They're like $130 a month. So that should last me, right around a year or so to have all that material sitting in there. But now the question you got to, how are you going to build this? You got to pay people to build this. I'm going to find a contractor. I'm going to be like, hey, I want to find whatever contractor I can. I'm going to give them $150,000. Here's $150,000 up front, giving this to you. Here's a check, $150,000. Hire whoever you need to hire, spend this money. However, if you want more, this could fluctuate. Maybe he wants $200,000, fine. But I'm going to give him this money right here. I'm going to let him know the circumstances. Hey, I've only got 24 hours. I've only got this money for 24 hours. So you're getting it all up front. So he's going to have all this money as long as it takes him to renovate my kitchen, renovate my bathrooms, and to build me a golf simulator. He's got that money to do it. All right. So we're getting all that stuff out of the way. So there's all the fun stuff.
How much have
max out? I think after that I've got, let's see. I think I've spent like $500,000, right around $500,000 for all that. So a lot of fun for $500,000. So like right around $500,000. I'm going to max out my IRA and my 401k. So as much as I can put into that, that's going to be $60,000. Cause that's for me and Kimmy. So we're doing both of those, and that's as much as we can do is $60,000 with both of those in there. I'm going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to get $10,000 worth of groceries. That's meat. That's toilet paper, paper towels, all the essentials that you can consistently buy, laundry detergent. So groceries and I guess other things. And then buy a deep freeze, obviously, to keep all that stuff in. And then here's where it gets tricky. After all of that, Casey, I've got $437,000 left.
Okay.
I'm going to invest the rest in stocks. Now, technically, you're spending money when you invest. When you invest it in stocks, technically, you're spending that money. So technically, I won't have it. So it's, I've invested it. So we're going to see what happens. That's 437. I'd rather do that than after the 24 hours is up, just poof, money's gone. So it's a lot harder to spend that money, $1 million, than I originally had thought. It's tough. It really is. But out of all of those that I said, I had a big list there. Out of all of those, what do you think is probably, let's see. I think honestly, the golf simulator is probably the most fun thing I could do out of all that stuff. I think that'd be a blast to build one of those and have one of those.
Yeah.
Just be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of just go off the top of my head here and just kind of try and add up as I'm going. I kind of did a couple of things while you were going.
Yeah, I had a lot there.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing you did. I'm gonna pay off all the debt.
Yep.
We're just gonna round up and say that was $200,000. Between my car, her car's paid off, my car, her student loans, the house, any other loans or any other debts like credit cards or whatever the case may be. Let's just say $200,000. Just let's 200,000 is probably more, but we'll say 200,000.
Yeah.
We'll say 200,000. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a garage.
Buy a garage.
So
just buy one.
So I don't know if I don't know if you can buy one or not, like buy one already made and have it shipped to your house.
I'm sure you can.
But I want to buy. I'm just putting like 80,000 on. I'm saying it's 80,000 for a garage, for a big garage.
Yes, you can buy a garage. You can purchase a pre-built garage from various retailers. That's a good one. I like that.
So we're gonna say 80 to 100,000. Let's say 80 to 100,000 for that after shipping and getting it installed and everything. Then, so let's say I don't know how much that is. You're probably looking it up right now. We'll go
to buy a garage.
Yeah.
It's actually not as much what you think.
So then I'm going to sell my Jeep, sell Courtney's car, get her whatever she wants, vehicle wise, probably $60,000, $80,000 vehicle, and then I'm gonna get a nice truck, probably $80,000 to $100,000. I'm gonna get a nice truck. I want a really, really nice truck, like a nice F-150, 1500 Ram, Chevy. I don't care. I'm just gonna go look for the nicest truck that I can find and enjoy and have for a while. And I'm gonna buy it brand new, and it's probably gonna be 80,000 to 100,000. So let's say Courtney will probably do the same. Really nice vehicle. So let's say 200,000 for that.
Yeah,
between a really nice SUV and a really nice SUV and a really nice truck. 200,000. So it's 400, 500,000 right there, right? Probably, roughly, give or take.
200, 400. Yeah, you're right around there. Your garage, though, you said 80,000 for the garage. I'm looking at these like pre-built, like 10 by 20 garages. I mean, $3,000. So you're really for like it's almost like a Morton building. You're really not spending a lot at all.
Oh yeah, I want like a nice one, like insulated and all that. So I don't really want a Morton one. I want one that's going to be like a legit like garage, like I can park vehicles in and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna say 80. I'm just gonna say 80 to 100,000.
I mean, yeah.
So then I'm going to get our yard. I'm going to get our yard measured again, and I'm going to have it. We're going to get a fence, the nicest chain link fence you can get. That's only like
Gosh,
10 grand.
Dang it! That's one thing I forgot to do.
That's only like 10 grand. If I really wanted to, I could do like a big privacy fence so people can just not even see inside my yard and stuff like that. But I don't really care about that. I just want a fence to have dogs in and stuff, and be able to like have Leo or whatever just play in the yard and not have to worry about thinking about anything. So would do that. So that's like say 10 grand. That's not much at all to do that.
No.
Then I'm going to buy a golf simulator too, but I'm going to buy a really, really nice one, and it's going to be one that is
buy or build. So buy the materials or
I'm going to buy the set. So I looked up the set. The simulator set, and it's like 18 grand for the nicest one.
I've seen those. Yeah, those
so
are
it's
really
like
nice.
It's a TrackMan 10 Sig 10 golf simulator package. So you get the whole kit and caboodle for say $18,000 for that simulator.
It's a nice simulator though too. I'm looking at it right now.
Honestly, and I'd probably pay someone. I don't know how much it would be to install it and make it really, really nice, but I would not do it myself. I'd have someone do it that really knows what they're doing, because I'm not janking that up. So I'd have someone who really knows what they're doing come in and do it. I don't know how much I'd be, probably another 20 grand or what. I don't care how. I'll just throw money at them.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you have the money, like I would just buy an independent or personal contractor. Like I would like give me your price. This is everything I want to do around my house or in my yard or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the personal contractor might be the most underrated thing that's on my list. And I have it at 150. Yeah. I might bump that. You could bump that up to any number. Like you'd be, hey, name your price. Name your price. This is what I've got. Name your price. But then
Right.
you've got to count on them to actually show up and do it because you're paying them on the spot. Like, here's a check, go cash it right now.
Yeah.
That's the only
So
thing.
I'm probably gonna. So what else I would do is probably max out for the year. Whatever I could put in the 401k or a Roth or whatever I can max out as much money as I could possibly
IRA
throw
is
into it.
7,500 and 401k is 23,500. I looked those both up.
Okay, so then I'm doing all that.
Like 30,000 a piece, yeah, for you and your wife.
And so, what is that total?
You're closing in at about $650,000 right now, I think.
Okay,
You're getting close.
So, still going. Let's see here. I am going to buy I'm gonna buy a membership, a golf membership at a very, very nice golf course.
Didn't do that either. That's a good one though. I like that.
I'd probably be like Coyote Creek or something where like probably Coyote Creek in Bartonville. It's a pretty nice course. I'd probably go there, or I would go somewhere really nice buy a membership, or I would just stay at Weematuck membership, and I would just buy a really, really nice golf cart and have it stored there.
Didn't even think about it. Yeah, golf.
So I'm getting a golf cart.
Yep.
So I'm getting a really, really nice golf cart with built-in speakers, absolutely everything that I can possibly have in that. We'll say 20 grand for that.
Yeah.
20, 30 grand. However much it is. Gonna do the golf cart. Then
people I think were like addicted to golf.
Then I am probably going to, after that, I would probably take a lot of the money, some of the leftover money, and I would have that contractor that you would say I would have a contractor go to the school, and we would completely deck out the girls' locker room, basketball locker room.
I like that.
I think it'd be pretty. I think it'd be pretty sweet just to donate just some money to the school and have like the locker room be really, really sweet.
Yeah,
and just get a whole bunch of stuff for that.
But you can't give it away. So technically, you can't give it away. So you basically have to pay the contractor.
I'm not giving it away. I'm spending it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I guess making a donation is something. If I had to add to mine, like I said, I mean, you're really spending the money up here. I had some left over.
It's $1 million, man. I can't have any left over.
Yeah, I have like I said, mine were investing in the stocks, and I had like almost $500,000. I would probably donate 250,000 of that to Bush and be like, hey, give me football field, speakers, everything nice, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the golf cart and golf membership, huge. That's huge. I
don't know what I closed in on, but the rest of the money would just go towards like donations or just donating to the something.
Yeah. It'd be
because if I have to spend it so quick and I can't keep it.
I think the biggest thing, if I was given $1 million, my biggest thing would be, all right, you have like 24 hours starting in 24 hours, whatever. I would probably have to sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to wake up, because you think about it at nighttime, like, all right, what's open during like the times of, 10:30 at night until like 6 a.m. in the morning, because those are the ones you got to go do first. Like whatever's open then, whatever you can do then, you've got to go do it, because then you're only left with roughly 6 to 8 hours to do all this other stuff. So I'd have to plan out when these things are open, what's going to take the longest. Like buying a vehicle, like that's going to take me a while. Like going there, like here's the cash, this is what I want. Like I want to buy it as fast as we can do it. Like let's go, let's sign the paperwork, let's get out of here. So a lot of this stuff, I feel like I'd probably run out of time. So I'd have to do my research. Like, oh, this is the contractor. This is the contractor I want to, I want to hire. This is all I would need at least 24 hours to pick out all my kitchen cabinets, pick out, what kind of floor I want. It'd be tough. Get like a storage unit.
I'm sure that Courtney would have some other things that we could throw in there with that too. So,
but
I mean, obviously probably do some stuff in the house as well. I mean,
it's not as easy as it sounds, especially 24 hours. Because once that 24 hours is up, boom,
If I really could, honestly, what I would probably do is we would probably just build a house.
Yeah, if you could. I mean, obviously that's just tough though, because
that's probably easily $500,000-$600,000 right there.
Yeah, the way the cost of lumber is and stuff right now.
I would just buy a little bit of land, I guess. I don't know if there's any place in the country to buy land. That'd probably be $80,000 to $100,000 right there.
Yep. Yeah.
And then build a house, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. it's not spending the money that's hard. It's the time allotted that you've only got,
Yeah.
24 hours to do all this stuff. Like that's super tough. Like I was like, oh, I'll invest in real estate. Well, there's so much paperwork and everything, like negotiations and whatnot. Like you just can't, even with cash offers, like it can't happen in 24 hours. But yeah, those of you listening, if you had $1 million and only 24 hours to spend it, how would you spend it? Because it's a lot harder than what you actually think. I feel like it's got to be one of those things that you plan out in like a 1 to 2 day, probably longer than that span. But all right, moving on to and this is all if you had 24 hours. So everything today we're doing is all 24-hour based. This next one here, segment 2, is we've got bucket list blitz. All right, so if you had 24 hours to live your dream day, where would you go? Who would you spend it with? All right, what would you see? What would you eat? So how would you live your dream day? I know. 24 hours to live your dream day. That's a tough one. I mean, I don't know if money is factored into this. Before we go in and dive into this, because I didn't do it. I mean, obviously I didn't research this one, but we're going to say money's not a factor. So you had 24 hours. You can do, whatever you want. Dream day. What are you doing? Money's not a factor. For me personally, I'm going to a Bronco. I love the Broncos. I'm probably going to a Broncos game. I'm going to Colorado. I'm figuring out everything I can do in Colorado. Obviously, getting the plane tickets, going out there, probably taking a tour of the stadium if I can. If I can meet any of the players, get autographs, doing that. Any of the attractions, obviously, that I can do out in Colorado, because I'm gonna keep it. Obviously, like I'm going to go to Colorado and then I'm going to fly to like New York and then I'm going to fly to, the Bahamas. Like that's not realistic. But my dream day, obviously, I think I would probably go out to Colorado, spend the day. A dream day for me is just getting out of Illinois for a day and not have to really worry about anything. But I take the wife, I take the kids. Yeah, I'm a very simple guy. I don't need anything too extreme. But
yeah, me too.
That would be a really nice day. For me anyway. I don't know, what would I see and what would I do? Like I said, eat whatever food. I mean, if it's I go to the fanciest restaurants out there in Colorado, and then just enjoy the weather, enjoy the atmosphere of Colorado. So that's mine. It's simple. It's to the point. I really don't have anything else to add to that one. We talked about our bucket list. I'm not, if it's 24 hours, I'm not taking a 24-hour trip to like, oh, I'm going to go to the, we had our vacations thing. I'm not going to take a 24-hour trip to Ireland or the Bahamas. It's like, no, if I want to go there, I want to go there for an extended period of time. I've been to Colorado before. I know kind of what's out there. I know that the team that I love watching is out there. So, might as well make a day out of that.
Okay. Here's mine. You ready? All right. I am going. We're flying out to California. Courtney and I.
Okay.
Flying out to California. She, in the 4-hour span, however long it takes me to golf Pebble Beach, because I'm going to go to Pebble Beach.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. People listen to this like, do you guys just think about football and golf like all the time?
So I'm golfing Pebble Beach.
That'd be awesome.
I'm renting out a little spot of Pebble Beach, getting me a caddy, all that good stuff. Touring the place, all that. So whatever time it takes for me to do that, she can do whatever. Then I'm gonna go get them. Then we're gonna go to a very, very nice like resort, and we're gonna get a massage, and we're just gonna relax, eat just eat whatever food we want. I don't really care what it is. I like a lot of food, so whatever food we get, just eat that, and then just spend the evening just hanging out on the beach and just relaxing.
Yeah, I feel like you got to do like whatever they have to offer. So, I said me and the wife and kids. Maybe it's just me and Kimmy. Maybe we find a. I mean, if it's my dream, I feel like my dream day's got to have my kids involved. I feel like it'd be bad if I didn't have them involved.
Not really.
Well, yeah.
It's your dream day.
Yeah, it's true. I'd probably You said golf course. There's a place called Castle Pines in Colorado. Really nice. I'd probably golf there. So,
Yeah, Pebble Beach is just beautiful, and I would
yeah,
love to golf Pebble Beach.
yeah. I mean, there's a ton of golf courses in Colorado, but um, man, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if, I mean, obviously 24 hours. You think about it, 24 hours really isn't a lot of time. By the time you wake up in the morning, you fly to this place, you know. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun to do. Spending 4 hours. I mean, I'm spending like 4 hours of my 24 hours watching a Broncos game, and you're spending yours golfing. So, I mean, like I said, if I could golf and watch a Broncos game all in one day and do some hiking and go eat some of the, I don't want to be rushed though. I want to enjoy the day. You know, I feel like that's the biggest thing though. If it's a dream day, I don't want to be rushed on my dream day. So, just kind of roll with the punches on that one.
Yeah, Pebble Beach is just a once in a lifetime thing. So I think if it's a dream day, I'm doing something that's just a once in a lifetime thing, not something that I can always just go out and do.
Yeah,
because
sure.
Pebble Beach is expensive.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if money's not a factor, then I mean, you might as well. But
yeah,
we got 2 segments left here, and then we've got our Jim Carrey bracket, the Elite 8. So before we hop into these last 2 segments here, if we had 24 hours to eat one snack, what snack are you eating for that 24 hours?
Smacking
sunflower seeds. So really quick, let's hear from Smacking Sunflower Seeds, and we'll be right back. Smackin' sunflower seeds. Choose your flavor and enjoy some of the best seeds on the market. Smackin' goes above and beyond to make sure you have the perfect seed every single time. Enjoy their wide selection that they have to offer. Not sure what seeds to buy? Grab a variety pack and use code AVERAGE or scan our QR code for 10% off. We're back here. Segment 3, do the impossible. All right, if you had 24 hours with any superpower, all right, any superpower, what would it be and what would you do with it in a single day? All right, so I've been going first here. You want me to go first again? I'll go first again because I've got one.
Yeah, go ahead because I'm thinking.
All right, so I was between two. Here, and we make our own rules on this podcast. So my 2 options were, it was either going to be teleportation, so I could teleport anywhere I wanted to in the world for 24 hours, or it was going to be time travel. All right. I chose time travel. We're not going back to the future rules where if you do something in the past, it affects the future. Not happening. So what I would do is I would travel back in time to, I'm not going to, obviously, whatever I do in the past is not going to affect the future. So maybe if there's some big events that happen that, probably shouldn't have happened, maybe try to go there and stop those big events from happening. I feel like that would maybe, but like I said, there's no impact. So if it never happened, it's just erased from history completely. So I would do that. No impacts in the future, which is great. Maybe just travel around different time periods and see kind of like how things, maybe even different decades, how different was the 50s, the 60s from the 80s, right, the 90s, whatnot. Just for fun, I've got 24 hours, but the biggest thing I would do, and maybe call me a bad person for wanting this or doing this, I would travel into the future. Now, you might wonder, why would I travel into the future? Well, one, let's see what it's like. Okay. But we talked about this on the last podcast. I do like to bet, Casey. So I would travel into the future. Say Super Bowl's rolling around. Hey, let's travel ahead to the future and see who wins the Super Bowl.
Make some
rolls
money
around here, come back. I would travel to the future to make money back in present day. So call it cheating, call it whatever you want. That's what I would do with my 24-hour superpower. It's kind of cheating. But I mean, why not? I have that ability, use it for good. And I'm not a selfish person. I would share the wealth with people for sure. I would definitely share the wealth. So that would be my superpower. Definitely time travel.
Okay.
I want claws.
I'm not gonna do the same thing you're gonna do, but that's a really good one. One thing that I think is really, really, really cool superpower is telekinesis.
Yeah.
I think and telekinesis is one of those things you can pretty much do anything with it. So I can like lift myself up. I can fly. I can lift myself up. I can move myself really fast. I can lift up things. I can move them. I can do a whole bunch of things with that. Like I can, like I don't know. I just think it'd be really, really cool to be able to just manipulate and move anything that I wanted without even having to think about it. Really, just kind of just put my hand out there, boom,
Kind of like you'd be like a Star Wars character, or I mean, you don't watch Marvel, but X-Men, Jean Grey, she had telekinesis where she could do that kind of stuff as well. So it'd be a cool one to have. It'd be a cool one to have for sure.
Yeah. So I would do that, and what I would do is I would go out. I'm gonna go back to golfing again. Okay, you ready for this?
All roads lead back to golf. I swear.
I am going to the toughest golf course,
and I'm going to 18.
I'm gonna break the record.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break the record at the golf course because I can move the ball, do whatever I want, and put it wherever I want. I would actually hit it, but then when it's in the air, I would make it move and do everything. Like I would do everything the right way except for that part.
Yeah,
I would hit it. I would do everything. My putts, I would like I would one putt every single time.
Oh my god!
I would shoot I wouldn't shoot a ridiculous number. I would shoot probably just enough to beat the record, just to make it. You know,
you're literally like Flash from The Incredibles, where it's like I want to do sports, and it's like, all right, we'll get second place because we know you can beat everybody. Oh my goodness. No, literally all roads lead back to golf. I swear every single I'm
not gonna lie, dude. I'm addicted to golf.
I am too. I'm terrible at it, but I also really enjoy it.
But I think that'd be pretty cool to do something like that.
That would be awesome. And this isn't necessarily a superpower, but I guess you could make it a superpower where if I snap my fingers, I can make anything that I want appear. So maybe, hey, I want to snap my fingers. My house automatically just renovates itself, and it's got hey, snap my fingers. My car turns into like my dream car. That's another one that is right up there with
like Bruce Almighty turns his car from a
I guess that kind of is like a
crap car into like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Well, I got all this horsepower. No room to gallop.
That is like a superpower. Man, so many good ones. I thought about that one. Yeah, the teleportation and time travel were good, but man, that being able to just snap your fingers and things like, I mean, you could, instead of me teleporting into the future, I could literally just snap my fingers like, boom, pile of cash, whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice
Go rob a bank real quick.
I wouldn't have to. I just snap my fingers. I wouldn't have to do any of that. Just easy, snap your fingers. That was a good one. Yeah. I mean, everybody wishes they could have superpowers for sure. But telekinesis. And you're using telekinesis to golf. You have 24 hours. I want to go to a golf course and use my powers to shoot just below the score. just enough to break the record. Oh my gosh.
And then I would get asked to be on tour and stuff, and I would shoot like in the 90s.
Yeah. Gosh, dang it. What did we just see earlier? All right, here we go. Segment 4, final segment before the Jim Carrey bracket here. We've got rapid fire countdown. So you're going to have 30 seconds to answer these questions. So I've got the timer going up here. I'm looking at it right now. So you have 30 seconds to answer these as we go through them, all right? We'll go back and forth here. 30 seconds, all right, to become famous. How are you doing it starting now? 30 seconds to become famous. Are you using about 6 seconds here just to think?
That's a tough one, dude.
You got 20 seconds?
How am I becoming famous? And
exactly. 10 seconds. I mean, yeah.
It'd probably have to be some type of sport. If I could.
A sport to become famous? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 24 hours to become famous. I'm doing just what we're doing right now. This is it. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to podcast daily. Every single day, we're going to say time's not a factor. We're going to sit down and podcast. I enjoy doing this. I like doing this. I have fun doing this. So why not try to become famous? Maybe we get a viral TikTok out there. That'd
be pretty sweet.
That is something I think. I mean, shoot.
I wouldn't mind being a professional golfer. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And TikToker.
Yeah.
Or in podcaster. Like
Bryson.
How like the Kelsey Bros, like they play football and then they podcast.
Well, I mean, Bryson too. I mean, he's a golfer, and then he has his own like YouTube page, and he does like little shorts and whatnot. But
yeah,
oh man, I mean, shoot, if, being famous isn't all what it's made out to be. I feel like it's a lot of hassle, a lot of things I don't want to deal with. All right, this is an interesting one. This will be easier for you. All right, you got 30 seconds once again. 24 hours to eat only one food. What is it? Only one food. 24
Tacos.
hours. Tacos for 24 hours. Tacos for 24 hours. That's it?
Love tacos.
Okay. Only one food. Well, it's only so okay, I guess like it's food or meal. So I guess one meal. I guess we're going food. So are you considering just a taco a food? Or is that like a meal?
I mean, are we doing meal?
Yeah, we'll go one meal. We'll go one meal for the. I mean, if it's tacos, would be a meal. Like, because one food would be like ground beef.
Okay, so if I'm doing a meal, I'm okay. Ready? Restart that 30 seconds.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
What do you got?
Fried chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and corn.
Oh yeah, you could eat that the whole day easily. Okay,
Give me that.
I'll do both, just like you did. If I can only have like one meal where I'm only eating one thing the whole entire day, I'm honestly probably gonna go watermelon. I know, right? I love watermelon. You know, you're getting your fruits in there. You're getting the water in there. I feel like if you were stranded on a desert island for however long, like watermelon would be my choice for 24 hours. Like that's just like one food. You know, if I'm doing a meal, I'm going to like Sesame Garden or an Asian place, and I'm like, hey, give me, you know, the sweet and sour chicken or orange chicken. I could eat that for a full day. So I took it two different ways. I mean, I guess I could eat sweet and sour chicken or, you know, orange chicken for a full day too, but just switching it up a little bit. One food for a whole entire day. I mean, shoot, when I was on the carnivore diet, I swear I was eating beef for every meal anyway. So that's not fun to do. You get the meat sweats by your third meal.
Get the meat sweats, Diane.
You really do. This is a harder one. I'll give you more than 30 seconds on this one, just because this is going to take a while for you to kind of think of an answer. I will tell you the question. You can think, and then when you're ready, I'll let you give me your answer within 30 seconds. So, 24 hours to live in any movie. What movie and why? 24 hours to live in any movie.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter. Wow.
Going Coach Carter because it's my favorite basketball movie, and I would love to see, like, you know, it's not really based on a real. Well, it's kind of based on a real on a true story. I think it is based on a true story actually. But I would like to see like the diversity and everything in the sport, and just how hard his coaching philosophies and everything. In that, like, I would just like to be like in that movie.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I'm saying this, but welcome to Jurassic Park. I would be in Jurassic Park. 24 hours. Let me just live it. Let me live it. All right. I don't care. Honestly, I'd probably want to pick. I pick Jurassic World probably because at least then they had the cages up. I'd want to be away from all. I just want to see dinosaurs. Like if there's a chance, you know, I get to go and see dinosaurs. I think that'd be a blast. Like let's just pretend for this scenario that the dinosaurs are real in these movies, and I could go there and see them all. That'd be awesome. Like I love Jurassic Park. I love dinosaurs. So I think that'd be. I mean, it'd be terrifying. I mean, if the scenarios that broke out in Jurassic Park, which they would probably break out in real life because it always happens.
Yeah.
Would be that. But yeah. That would be a blast. That would honestly be a blast. So nice little 24-hour exercise. We went through a lot of stuff, knocked out a lot of stuff here in the 40 minutes we're having this conversation. But now we're going to go on to the highly anticipated, and you don't know what movies made it on. I know what movies made it to the Elite Eight in this Jim Carrey bracket. You don't. Not only do I have the Elite Eight, I have how close, you can't see these, but how close some of these were on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the graphic, and we're going to see if you're surprised by any of these movies that made it on.
And a lot of people, and I'm giving a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to a lot of people. I think this is the most interactions that we have had with anything that we've ever done on this podcast. So
appreciate it.
I think that's awesome. Just seeing
just looking at interactions here, I mean, I can just count on one. That's 9. So, 9, which doesn't seem like a lot to some people, but, getting the interactions is 0. I mean, 9's better than 0. So let's go ahead and pull this presentation up. Let's pull this screen up here. All right, here we go.
I'm just gonna say that every single one of the ones that I picked. Oh no, I picked Yes Man over. There was only one that I didn't pick.
Yeah, so those of you that are listening on podcast form here, I'll go ahead and tell you which ones made it onto the Elite Eight. So, just for reference, we had Sonic the Hedgehog going up against the incredible Burt Wonderstone. Burt Wonderstone actually had one vote, but Sonic made it on to the next one. No surprise there. Number 9, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Number 8, Me, Myself, and Irene. Me, Myself, and Irene made it on. That one was
Probably
not close.
I'll say probably not close.
Then we've got Liar Liar against Fun with Dick and Jane. Not close. Liar Liar, number 4, moving on. Batman Forever, number 12 against number 5, Bruce Almighty. Number
Probably wasn't
5,
even close.
Bruce Almighty. Nope, was not even close. Then you're going to have on the other side of the bracket, The Mask against The Majestic.
Not close.
0 for The Majestic. The Mask, the only clean sweep we had. The only clean sweep. Then you have the Cable Guy moving on over Yes Man. This was a 4-5 vote. The Cable Guy won by 1 vote. Yeah, so that was the closest one we
Cable
had.
Guy's a good movie, but I think Yes Man's better.
Number 10 Cable Guy, though, beating out number 7, Yes Man. Number 3, Dumb and Dumber against number 14, Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Not close.
We had 1 for Mr. Popper's Penguins, and I actually think it was Courtney. I think she was the only one that picked Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Yeah, I don't think she likes Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an acquired taste. But then you've got Ace Ventura beating out the number 11, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. There was a lot of people very upset with this pairing, this matchup of 6 versus 11. And while they were very upset,
it still wasn't close.
it really wasn't close. Grinch had only 3 votes. Had only 3 votes. So here we are again into the Elite 8. Now, everybody that's watching and listening, it is up to you guys now to pick who goes on into the final 4. So you've got Sonic the Hedgehog going up against Me, Myself, and Irene. Number 4, Liar Liar against number 5, Bruce Almighty. Man, that's gonna be a tough one. That's a tough one. You've got number 2, the Juggernaut, the Mask here, going up against number 10, the Cable Guy. That one's going to be tough. And then another...
I don't think that one's going to be tough. I think 4 and 5 and 3 and 6 are tough.
Yep. Could have an upset here. Number 3, Dumb and Dumber against number 6, Ace Ventura. So here's the Elite 8. All right. Let us know what's going on in the final 4 here. I'm really intrigued to see what you guys pick. Let us know in the comments. Share with your friends. Share it out. Try to get as many people involved in this as we can. I'd like to see if we'd have any more close matchups. So... I'm excited. I'm excited to see, what gets picked because, I mean, honestly,
I already know which ones I would pick.
Yeah, we already talked about the one. I know the ones that I would pick as well, but it's always intriguing seeing other people's perspective on these as well because, like I said,
we have different. I bet we have different stuff. I bet we have different.
Me and
answers.
you. I'm not gonna say. Me and you will do our individual votes. The only one, obviously, that sees all the votes, depending on if you keep up with it not on social media. Usually, I'm the only one that sees them all, so I tally them all down and kind of figure out, who the winner is. But yeah, I was really surprised because I personally am a big fan of Yes Man, and the fact that Cable Guy won kind of surprised me a little bit. So
yeah, I'm surprised that the Cable Guy had that much love because that's a late 90s movie.
Yeah, but I mean, so we're obviously early or mid 90s kids, so that movie was probably really popular when we were 5, 6, 7 years old. So yeah, it is what it is. But I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for us today on this podcast. Those of you that are listening, make sure to smash that like button. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up, 5-star rating, whatever you got to do to help us kind of grow this podcast. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you next week.